Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. My name's Sonia and today we have with us Andrea, who is a wellbeing coordinator within a large school here in Victoria, and today we're going to talk about social distancing. There seems to be some confusion around what social distancing is and how we can maintain that and what we can do and what we can't do. I have seen some Instagram posts that have been identified as people not knowing exactly what to do. I also actually watched a program last night where the presenters were uncertain of the boundaries, particularly going to parks with kids and things like that. So I figure as health professionals that we might shine a little bit of light into what we can do and what we can't do. So I guess number one is what is safe distance?
Well, we've been told by the government that safe distance is 1.5 metres from each other. So that's what we're required to do when we're out and about.
So does that mean, so if we're going to the park and we're taking the kids to the park and nobody's there, not a problem.
Not a problem.
Take your kids to the park, get them fresh air, run their energy levels up. They don't want to be stuck inside all day.
Kids need to go out. They need the fresh air. It is for their mental health and well-being as well. And for adults as well. It's really important for all of us. Exercise and fresh air are the things that we can do through social distancing. We just have to be careful.
Mm-hmm. So that's social distancing, and I was at the supermarkets today where they were practicing safe distances between customers and telling people to stay 1.5 metres apart, and there was quite a big line, but you know they were trying to make it safe for their customers. Self-isolation is a different concept, however.
Yes.
Self-isolation is when you've been in contact with someone who, or you know, you've been in like overseas travel or in contact with someone who has had a known case of COVID-19.
Yes. And I guess self-isolation or quarantine, as most of us know, if we've ever travelled with pets, they go into quarantine when you go into another country or whatever. So it's kind of the same, really. Self-isolation, the 14 days, you are not supposed to go anywhere near a public place if there's anywhere. You're actually supposed to be at home. I actually have 2 children currently and their husband, partner, friend in self-isolation at the moment because they were overseas, and so they're doing their 14 days at home. They've had family that have been able to bring them groceries, so you're not to go to the stores. You can't really go out where there are other people. If there is no one, you can go for a drive. Basically, but you wouldn't be stopping off and running out in the park where there's other people. You can't do that. It's self-isolation. It's virtually really quarantine. But we would like you to connect with others. So you need to connect on the phone. You need to use FaceTime. It's a really important time for those people to be able to connect for their mental health. And they need to keep busy as well. So if you know anyone and they're doing that, you know, by giving them things like games or, you know, dropping stuff off at the door and they can come and pick it up. So you shouldn't even be greeting each other at the doors.
No. Yeah. So for quarantine or self-isolation, there's definitely no contact. Safe distance is, you know, 1.5 metres apart. You can go out. You can enjoy the outdoors. You can enjoy spaces, you know. If your kids are on play equipment, you do hand hygiene after it, and you come home. And as a family, there is no 1.5 metres. The people who you live with, as long as they haven't, you know, self-isolation isn't about stopping connection and hugging and loving your children.
Not at home.
No.
You need to continue to do those things. Children in particular will pick up on those things, and it will change their feeling of being safe. So they need what you would normally do at home, unless you are unwell, and then that is the whole other part of keeping a distance from those people. But they are still within your home, and you would need to manage that within your home.
So the same as you'd manage a child with, or someone with gastro or whatever.
Or you would manage the flu or something like that. Normal flu.
Minimal contact. They have their own bathroom if able, all those sorts of things. So I think, is there anything else any little myths? I think that's probably the main things that I've seen, either on Instagram or whilst out in public. I did see today 2 women sitting in a car park having a chat through the window, and I thought that it was a great idea because, they could talk to each other and they could still see each other, and it's about being smart with how we can do things but still protect ourselves and those around us, because that's why we're doing all these things, to protect others and to prevent transmission, I guess. So but remember, keeping safe distances doesn't mean no contact.
We are social human beings, and we need to be social, particularly in a time like this where there is uncertainty, where there is a lot of fear. We actually need to maintain those connections with others. We just have to be creative in how we do that.
And I'm sure the viewers can find creative ways of maintaining those conditions. And, just think and be creative and come up with solutions.
As I said, I'm in a school, and we when the next semester starts, if we're still in lockdown and kids can't come to school, for staff and wellbeing, we're looking at things like online cooking groups where we can actually just all get together, share recipes, have some demos, and learn some new skills, maybe learn some new recipes. So that would be a group, and there are plenty of programs that you can do on your computers that will allow you to still have your group things, but you're just doing them online. So
you have a Zoom craft group, and you're all there doing your own craft.
Google Hangout, that's another one. That's what we're using. So there are lots of ways to remain connected with others, and we need to be connected. That will be the thing that people, I think, will probably find the most difficult, apart from toilet paper and the general supplies that we're all struggling with at the moment. Connecting. We are social creatures. We need connection.
So remember, it's about staying healthy. If we're healthy and we're exercising, we're sleeping well, all those things, then our ability to actually fight any bugs or infection, whether it be coronavirus, influenza, or any other thing that's going around, it gives our body a good chance of fighting it off. So it helps with our immunity. So just remember to keep healthy and do all those things, and maintain whatever boundaries are imposed upon us by our federal government at the day, and this changes. But definitely keeping safe distances and quarantine are totally 2 different things. So I hope we've clarified this for you. Thank you, Andrea, for being with us.
Thanks, and
I'll see you next time. See ya. Bye-bye.